I want to share something with you today. Not because I have all the answers, I don't, but because I've lived long enough now to see patterns. And maybe, just maybe, something here will resonate with you. When I reached my 40s, I remember stopping one day and looking back, really looking back at my 20s, my 30s. And I thought, where did it all go? When you're young, you feel untouchable. You feel like time is on your side. In your 20s, you can work all day, stay out all night, wake up the next morning, and do it again. When I reached my 40s, I remember looking back at my 20s and 30s and genuinely wondering where the time had gone. It felt like one moment I was young, full of energy, convinced I could do anything, and the next moment, decades had passed. When you're in your 20s, you feel invincible. You work hard, you drink, you play hard, and you wake up the next morning ready to do it all over again. Life feels endless at that age. Back then I was mostly single. I had relationships, meaningful ones, but nothing permanent. Love came and went, and I always assumed there would be plenty of time later to settle down, to figure things out properly. Like many people, I was making plans for the future, telling myself that one day I'd get everything in order, and then suddenly I was 40, asking myself how it all went by so fast. That's when it really hits you. Time isn't endless. Every minute that passes is gone forever. When I look back now, I see how much time I wasted on things that simply didn't matter, chasing material things, arguing with people I cared about, stressing over work, promotions, and titles that didn't actually improve my life in any meaningful way. At the time, it all felt important. Looking back, it really wasn't. The biggest shift in my life came in my mid-40s when I experienced a major health scare. That moment forced me to stop and reassess everything. When your health is threatened, all the things you thought mattered suddenly fade into the background. That experience changed the way I see life and helped me reach a place where I feel far more at peace with myself. It also made me realize something else. The time I have left is not unlimited. Because of that, I want to enjoy my life as fully and as intentionally as I can. If you're thinking about making a change in your life, don't wait. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. All that truly exists is today and how you choose to live it. We often chase happiness in the wrong places, especially when we're young. We stay in jobs that make us unhappy because we're afraid of financial instability. We stay in relationships that no longer work because change feels uncomfortable. In my 20s, I had several relationships that were important to me at the time. They were good experiences, but people change, goals change, and sometimes moving on is the healthiest thing you can do. If you're not happy, talk about it. Be honest. Don't stay stuck out of fear. Most of the time, the other person feels it too. It wasn't until I hit rock bottom that I truly understood that everything I thought was important wasn't. What mattered most was my health and my family. Years of unhealthy habits caught up with me, and some of the damage couldn't be undone. That's a difficult thing to accept, but it forced me to change. I had to let go of old habits and take responsibility for myself. I hope you don't need a major crisis to wake up. Take time now to ask yourself what genuinely makes you happy. I have friends my age who are still chasing more things, more possessions, more status. And with all of that comes stress, worry, and responsibility. And my life is simpler now. And because of that, it's more peaceful. One of the most important lessons I've learned is to slow down. Life doesn't need to be rushed. Learn to appreciate simple things, walking outside, being in nature, enjoying quiet moments. There's no final destination in life, only the journey. The end comes for all of us, so you might as well enjoy the time you have. Fear held me back for many years, fear of failure, fear of getting it wrong. I missed opportunities because I kept telling myself, I'm not doing it later. Later doesn't always come. As you get older, loss becomes more common. You lose parents, friends, people you love. Don't let grudges stand in the way of reconnecting. If someone matters to you, reach out. Change doesn't come from outside. No one else is going to do it for you. You have to decide. That's what I did when I started this channel. I was nervous about speaking openly, but I chose to do it anyway, and I'm glad I did. It's helped me reconnect with people I hadn't spoken to in decades and reflect more deeply on my own life. Reflection is where growth begins. We spend the first part of our lives consuming and doing. Later, we learn the value of slowing down and reflecting. Simplify your life where you can. Stop worrying so much. Yes, I have health issues, and yes, there are days when it's difficult, but I don't let those things control my life. Being alone sometimes isn't a bad thing. It gives you space to think and understand yourself. There's no rewind in life, no second chance to do it over. Life is happening now. Love while you can. Be kind. Focus on what truly matters. You only get one life, so don't waste it. If this video meant something to you, give it a thumbs up. Until next time. There's another thing that happens as you get older, and it's subtle but powerful. You begin to understand yourself better. When you're younger, you spend a lot of time trying to become someone. You're building an identity. You're experimenting, copying people you admire, chasing ideas of success that mostly come from the outside. But as the years go on, you start shedding those layers. You stop asking, who should I be, and start asking, who am I really? That shift doesn't happen overnight. It comes quietly, often through disappointment, failure, or loss. You realize that many of the things you once thought defined you were temporary. Your job title, your income, your social circle, even your physical strength. None of those things are permanent. And when they change or disappear, you're left with something much more important, your character. I think that's why later life can be such a meaningful phase, if you allow it to be. You're no longer chasing approval in the same way. You don't need to impress as many people. You're more comfortable saying no. You start protecting your time and energy because you finally understand how valuable they are. I used to say yes to everything, every invitation, every request, every responsibility. I thought being busy meant being important. Now I understand that being busy often just means being distracted. These days I choose more carefully. I ask myself whether something adds value to my life or whether it simply fills time. That small change alone has brought a surprising amount of peace. Another thing I've learned is the importance of routine. When you're young, routine feels boring. You want excitement, spontaneity, constant stimulation. But as you get older, routine becomes grounding, simple habits, waking up at the same time, eating well, moving your body, spending quiet time each day. Those things create stability. They give structure to your days and make life feel manageable, even when things aren't perfect. Health plays a big role here. When you're young, your body forgives you for almost everything. Late nights, poor food choices, stress, you bounce back quickly. That changes with time. Your body starts keeping score. You feel it in your joints, your energy levels, your recovery time. I've had to learn to listen to my body in ways I never did before. Not to fight it, not to ignore it, but to respect it. That doesn't mean giving up on life or becoming fragile. It means being wiser, knowing when to push and when to rest, knowing that strength isn't just about endurance, but about balance. Some days, taking care of yourself is the strongest thing you can do. I've also learned that happiness doesn't come from eliminating problems. Life always has problems. What changes is how you respond to them. When I was younger, every setback felt like a disaster. A mistake at work, a breakup, a financial worry. It all felt overwhelming. Now I see those moments differently. They're part of life's rhythm. They come and go just like everything else. Perspective softens things. It doesn't make them disappear, but it makes them easier to carry. One of the most valuable things age has given me is patience. Patience with people, patience with situations, and patience with myself. I'm no longer as harsh with my own mistakes. I've learned that growth doesn't happen in a straight line. You move forward, then backward, then forward again. That's beating yourself up doesn't speed the process. It only drains you. I wish I'd understood earlier that life isn't something you master. It's something you participate in. You're not meant to control every outcome. You're meant to show up, do your best, and adapt. Once I stopped trying to control everything, I felt lighter, less anxious, more present. Presence is another thing that becomes more important with time, being fully where you are. When you're younger, your mind is often somewhere else, planning the future, replaying the past, worrying about what's next. As you get older, you start to appreciate the power of simply being present, a conversation, a meal, a quiet evening. These moments pass quickly if you're not paying attention. I've also noticed that gratitude changes shape as you age. When you're young, gratitude is often tied to achievements, getting something you work for, reaching a goal. Later in life, gratitude becomes quieter. You're grateful for a good day, for manageable pain, for a phone call from someone you love, for waking up and feeling calm. Those small gratitudes add up. They anchor you. Relationships take on a different meaning too. You start valuing depth over quantity. A few honest, reliable connections matter more than a large social circle. You learn who truly shows up and you stop chasing those who don't. That clarity is freeing. It saves you emotional energy and brings a sense of stability. Those small gratitudes add up. They anchor you. Relationships take on a different meaning too. You start valuing depth over quantity. A few honest, reliable connections matter more than a large social circle. You learn who truly shows up and you stop chasing those who don't. That clarity is freeing. It saves you emotional energy and brings a sense of stability. I've learned to say what I mean more often, not harshly, but honestly. Life is too short for constant misunderstanding. Clear communication avoids resentment, and resentment is heavy to carry for years. I've carried it before, and I don't recommend it. Forgiveness, I've learned, is less about the other person and more about you. Holding on to anger doesn't punish the past, it just poisons the present. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or excusing what happened. It means choosing peace over bitterness. That choice takes strength. Another important lesson is that purpose evolves. What gave your life meaning at 25 may not be what gives it meaning at 55 or 65. That doesn't mean you've lost your purpose. It means it's changing. And that's natural. Resisting that change only leads to frustration. For me, purpose now looks simpler. It's about contributing in small ways, sharing experiences, being present for people I care about, taking care of myself so I can stay engaged with life. It's not flashy, but it's fulfilling. I also think it's important to talk about loneliness, because many people feel it as they age, even if they don't admit it. Loneliness doesn't always mean being alone. You can feel lonely in a crowd, in a relationship, or in a busy life. What matters is connection, real connection. And that requires vulnerability, which can feel harder later in life, but is no less important. Reaching out matters, staying curious about people matters, asking questions, listening, sharing honestly. Those are the things that keep you connected. I don't believe aging is something to fear. Yes, there are challenges. Yes, there are losses. But there is also wisdom, clarity, and freedom. You care less about the wrong things and more about the right ones. You stop wasting energy proving yourself and start investing it in living well. If there's one thing I hope you take from all of this, it's this. You don't need to rush. You don't need to have everything figured out. And you don't need to wait for permission to live differently. Small changes made consistently shape a meaningful life. Take care of your health, nurture your relationships, simplify where you can, reflect often. And remember that your value isn't tied to productivity or success. It's tied to how you live, how you treat others, and how you treat yourself. Life doesn't ask us to be perfect. It asks us to be present. And if you can do that, if you can stay present, kind, and intentional, then no matter where you are in life, you're doing better than you think.